I just realized I've been out of focus this whole video. That's fun. Yeah, like there, that's in focus. Okay, well, the future is unclear, and so is my face.
Whenever you're around, whenever we get down, down.
So the reason we are here today is that I just got an alert on my phone that an Amazon package had been delivered, and with it came a shot of a bunch of packages lying in the rain outside the front door of the building. So this particular driver did not bother to ring to be buzzed into the building, just deposited a bunch of packages in a puddle at our front door. So I ran downstairs and rescued the packages and put them inside to dry, and one of them was Volume 5 of the Heartstopper comics. So I have read the comics that appear in this volume because I've been keeping up with the web version of the comics. But I'm very happy to have this and to see if there's anything different, and just in general to have a physical representation of Volume 5 that can join my others. So I thought we would play an interesting game with Heartstopper Volume 5. Feel free to play along if you like with your own copy of any volume of Heartstopper or any book you have. So as a teen, due to my crush on a boy who went to my friend's church, I started then going to that church with her and got very roped into it, and that was a whole thing that we're not going to discuss right now. And for the record, nothing wrong with being religious if you use it in the correct way, if you use it as a way to be kind to people and, to try to be a good person, A++. But unfortunately, a lot of the things that were going on in this particular church, people were nice on the surface, but they did things like, talk about how horrible it was that gay people were allowed to be ministers and stuff like that. So that's another topic. But one of the things I used to do in those days was, if I was in a bad mental space and I felt like I needed some guidance, I would take my trusty Bible and I would open it at random to a page, and then the first sentence that my eyes landed on, I would take as a divine message, and then just go from there. Now, sometimes this helped me, sometimes it did not at all, but it made me feel better. So, I thought, why don't we do that with the Heartstopper comics? So, I have assembled a list of questions regarding 2024, our upcoming year, and we're going to ask Heartstopper Volume 5 these questions, and then I'm going to randomly turn to a page, and the first sentence that my eyes land on, I will read to you, and we will see what the future has in store for us, according to Alice Oseman and the randomness of my fingers and my eyes. So here are the questions that I have assembled. Okay, question 1. How will this year, 2023, end? Question number 2. How will next year, 2024, begin? Question 3. What will be the theme of 2024 as a whole? And this is just in general, not just for me, in general, for the whole world. Question number 4. What is the best advice for 2024? Number 5. What is the worst advice for 2024? Okay, and then we get personal. So number 6. How will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to love? Number 7. How will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to money? So 2 things that I could use some assistance with from the universe at large, and Heartstopper in particular. Number 8, what is one thing I should definitely do in 2024? And number 9, what is your general message to everyone watching this video? Okay, so this is either going to be interesting or really weird, which might also be interesting, so we'll see how it goes. Question number 1. Heartstopper Volume 5. How will this year, 2023, end? Okay, open to it to a random page. First thing I see, the first thing I see is University of Leeds courses, undergraduate and graduate. Okay, well, let's take it this way. All right, the first thing I see is a computer monitor, a laptop monitor, which is open to the University of Leeds website. I will say maybe, for me at least, it's pretty likely that my year will end with me on the computer, because I'm on the computer more often than not. And, University of Leeds, maybe it's a good idea to embark on an educational journey and learn something new. So at the end of this year, the official advice of Heartstopper 5 is look at an online course, maybe. All right, number 2. How will next year, 2024, begin? Now, last time I looked at this page, so I'm going to look over here. All right, how will 2024 begin? Okay, so this is a picture of, I guess I could just, I don't want to spoil anybody, but this is a picture of a car driving down the road. So it's a road trip. Some of the characters driving somewhere, going on a road trip. Okay, so 2024 will begin with travel, perhaps. With a road trip, or with friends. Sure, we'll say that, okay. Alright, next, number 3. What will be the theme of 2024 as a whole? Okay, the first picture I looked at was Charlie drenched from the rain getting dressed in the locker room. He's been drenched by life's challenges, but he's upbeat, he's with Nick, he's having a good time. So we'll say the theme of 2024 will be sometimes there'll be rain, sometimes there'll be things getting us down, but if you have someone good beside you, and if you focus on the good things, you'll be okay. That's what I'm gonna say. Alright, this is... okay. Number 4. What is the best advice for 2024? Okay. Alright, first thing I see. So this is advice. Okay, this is Charlie saying, Kent is your first choice, and you'll definitely get in. And then he says, I'll write you a revision timetable if I have to. Okay. So this page is all about Nick is worrying about things, and Charlie is reassuring him that he's definitely going to be able to achieve his dreams. And then Charlie offers to write a revision timetable. So best advice for 2024, I guess, is to trust that you are good enough to achieve what you set out to achieve, but work hard to try to get it as well. So I can interpret these. What is the worst advice for 2024? All right, worst advice. I feel like the worst advice would be at the very beginning somewhere. So we'll go like way at the beginning. Okay. Well, that's not... What is the worst advice for 2024 is Nick screaming, Happy birthday! Okay, but he's lifting Charlie up in the air and screaming happy birthday while Charlie is holding drumsticks, and then he swings Charlie around. And I mean, like, obviously Charlie's okay with Nick lifting him, but, like, the worst advice is to lift someone and swing them around without checking with them first, maybe. Okay, let's try that one again. So if you want that, that can be the worst advice. All right, what is the worst advice for 2024? Tell me true. Tell me truly. This is Jeff saying, a part of intimacy is trusting someone enough to let go of that control a little. And that can be very difficult sometimes. See, I feel like that's good advice. I feel like that would have been better suited to what is the best advice for 2024. But according to Heartstopper 5, the worst advice is trusting people and being intimate with them. So, trust no one, Heartstopper says. No. Okay, it's fun. It's all in fun. All right, next question. Number 6. Oh, now we're getting into it. We're getting into the me-specific question. So, Heartstopper 5. How will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to love? Oh, Lord. Okay, let's see. All right. My thumb snagged on this page first. Now, do I look to the left or to the right? I feel like I shouldn't be thinking about this so much. I feel like that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, How will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to love? We have Tara saying, me and Elle stayed up late watching dance videos. Okay, so that tells me perhaps instead of going out on dates, I will be at home watching videos on my phone, like I usually do. How will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to money? The first thing I see is Charlie saying, it's allowed, we're in love. So I guess if I fall in love with someone who has a lot of money, I will be allowed to use that money. So that's what I gotta work on. I gotta stop watching dance videos on my phone, go out on some dates, find someone with some money who I also happen to love, and then we'll be fine. Okay, number 8. What is one thing I should definitely do in 2024? Okay, one thing I should definitely do in 2024. Okay, don't fail me now. Okay, so the panel I'm looking at is Nick looking at Nick at a university. So again, perhaps something related to education, something related to like learning something. Sure. Okay. All right, and number 9. All right, it's the last one. It's the last one, and this is for everybody. So focus. What is your general message to everyone watching this video? Okay, ready? All right, feel with me. Feel it with me. We're gonna find it. General message for everybody. General message for everybody. General message for everyone is, not now, Charlie. I'm on the phone. That's Jane Spring. Yeah. So, not now, Charlie. I'm on the phone. Is the general message to everyone watching this video. I interpret that as you will. Hey, everybody. Once again, it is Tom. The next morning. Oh my god. Okay. Hey everybody. Yeah, so while I was editing this video, something occurred to me. I asked for 2 answers for the question about worst advice for 2024. What if the book, instead of giving me 2 answers for worst advice for 2024, instead gave me the answer to the next question, and the next and the next? So, if we look at this, just go with me on this for a sec. So if we accept that worst advice for 2024 is loudly wishing someone happy birthday and swinging them around, which I don't know what that means, but please interpret in the comments. Then the next question of how will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to love, we get the answer from Jeff, Charlie's therapist, of a part of intimacy is trusting someone enough to let go of that control a little, and that can be very difficult sometimes. So Jeff talking here about how traumatic experiences stick with you for a long time and, can be a barrier between you and trusting someone else. And hey, guess what? That is exactly my issue, among many others. So I'll take that. I think that fits really well, actually, as an answer to the love question. So then if we move on to the next one, how will things go for me in 2024 when it comes to money? We have Tara talking about her and Elle staying up late watching dance videos. So, videos. I make videos. Money. I make money from videos. Very, very little. Very, very little money made from videos, but still. So maybe this could be saying to make more cool videos in 2024 and perhaps earn a little bit of money as a result. Who knows? Then the next question, what is one thing I should definitely do in 2024? We have Nick at the university he ends up falling in love with and deciding to follow his passion despite his fears and worries. So I think this is pretty good advice, like following what you're passionate about, pushing aside your worries, pushing aside your fears, and doing the thing that you really want to do. Okay, and then finally, we have what is your general message to everyone watching this video? And instead of Jane saying, not now, Charlie, I'm on the phone, we have Charlie saying, it's allowed, we're in love. So the general message for 2024 could be allowing yourself to love and embracing everything that comes with that. So I think that's a pretty good general message. And we could take the not now, Charlie, I'm on the phone as maybe the magic 8-ball saying, ask again, ask again later. Okay, future Tom out. Fortune telling is a complicated business, a complex subject, and I just realized I've been out of focus this whole video. That's fun, because I had manual focus turned on. Yeah, like there, that's in focus. Okay, well, the future is unclear, and so is my face. If you decide to ask your Heartstopper Volume 5 or any Heartstopper or any book some questions about the new year, please share in the comments and let me know what you got. And if you have any ideas to interpret what the book has told us today, please also share that in the comments. Okay, so this was just meant to be a short, silly little video to tide us over between longer, less silly videos. So thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, being generally awesome, and a huge thanks to our patrons who are absolutely amazing always. Meow. Special shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Kelly Walker, Paul Z, Kent Smither, Kim Engel, and Lauren Javier. Okay, well that's all for me. Have a great whatever time of day it may happen to be, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
You can rest